first part when they came in the building. They only practiced the first part when they came in the building. You need to stand up and give these children a round of applause.
Well, they wanted to come up here today to represent the school board, and I'm going to do that the best way I can. But I kind of want to talk to you as Bobby Jordan, myself. I want to let people know that this school is about. I want to let people know that if you believe or you felt in any way that you could quit now, because Miss Caswell leaving will tell you something different, you would be spitting on this lady if you say those words. She's done too much for this school for us parents to quit. I'm saddened that it wasn't a difficult choice for her. See, because I know if things would have been better here, she had to really think about this situation. She probably still left because she got family. And sometimes you're called to do what you think is best for your family and yourself. And I could never do that. But I'm sad that we didn't make it a difficult choice. See, guys, now we got to step up. See, one person was carrying a lot. Now, we can't replace Miss Caswell, but a bunch of us can help out to try to fill that void that she left behind. It's going to take a lot. I'm telling you now, I'm demanding that teachers teach. All kids can learn. All kids can learn. It's up to you to find how to reach those kids and motivate them. See, I'm not speaking as the board, I'm speaking as myself. See, I always talk to people a little different. Because my child was here, and I didn't want no problems. My child gone now. There's going to be a different Bobby Jordan than you ever seen. See, if you ever see me down my car with a bag, don't worry about your kids. I'm going after teachers. You can tell them I said that. This ain't no secret. There ain't going to be no rumors. This Bobby Jordan talking to you. If you don't want to be here, you don't want to teach these kids, leave. Because we got a good one that's here. No, what do you say in these situations, Caswell? I mean, when I first met you, I wasn't on the board, I was just a parent, and she was arguing with one of our counselors, and they going back and forth. Who is these people? Who is this lady? What's going on? What kind of school is this? Then I turn around, they hugging. See, I come to realize that Miss Caswell, she's a jelly bean. She's tough on the outside, but she's soft as tissue on the inside. And sometimes you need a person like that to guide you. There are so many times this lady has done what nobody else would do. She stayed behind. She did the extra. She came out of her pocket for children. You name it, she has done it. She's been at all the sporting events. She's been at all the school events. She has represented Richmond Heights in the grandest fashion. She came to me, this is an example of who the person she is. See, she came to me and said, Bob Joe, I need to sit with you, I need to meet you. We got to sit down. I didn't know if I said anytime, any place, wherever you want to meet at Miss Caswell. When Miss Caswell asks for a meeting, I stop what I'm doing. Where you want to go to? Where you want to meet at? What do you need? See, other people hide, they throw stones and they hide their hand. She didn't do that. We sat down and she said something to me, and I swear she did. She said, Mr. Jordan, I gotta leave. And I was actually upset. She didn't know it because I had a poker face. But I wanted to swing on her, I swear to you. I really did. And the reason why is that she's one of my soldiers. See, she's one of the persons I can go to and say, can you talk to this person for me? They're having a hard day. Ms. Caswell, can you talk to this student because their parents are having difficulty? See, I know she's going to do it. Ms. Caswell, what's going on? What's the atmosphere in the school? She's going to tell me. See, she said something to me in May. No, it was in June, during graduation. She said, well, your daughter gone now. You leaving? I said, Ms. Caswell, I'm here for the long run. She said, I am too. We looked at each other in the eye. Remember that? I said, we're here for the long run. We're not running. So when she told me, I took it personal. I wanted to fight. I wanted to, what can I say? But I couldn't do that because she has done too much for this school for me to be upset with her. She's done way too much. I can't even begin to tell you how much she has done. The kids go here are our kids. There are some of them are my kids, some of your kids. But she took on ownership of all the kids. Whether they were in the choir, whether they was on the football team, it didn't matter what they did, she took ownership. That's special. This lady was ordained with a gift. And it saddens me that we're going to lose it. Now, me as Bobby joined the school board, we love you. We would miss you beyond affected. We can't replace you. We hope that the choir continue. But one thing I've learned, if you love something, let it go. It'll come back to you. Now, you might never come back as Miss Caswell, the choir leader. You might come back as a person in support. You might come back as a student from Richmond Heights calling you saying, hey, can you tell me how to do this? You might be the person who someone said, look, I need so much steak, I come down to Florida. But only if we release you, and today we release you. We want you to enjoy yourself. We want you to become the person that you were for us. We want you to share it with them down in Florida. I don't want to hold that. I want everybody to see the person you are and what you can do for students. It would be evil of me to say, no, just don't go down there and be like that. No, be mean to them so you can come back. No. You must share your gift with everyone. That's the only way you're going to make it right. We will miss you. We all love you. Anita Caswell, Jelly Baby.
How's everyone? How's everyone doing this time? This is a time of celebration. I'm going to miss my friend. She has no idea how much she means to me. But I wish you God's favor, blessings, everything that He has for you. Because she truly loved you all. There are things that she has shared with me, and with Jerry, and with Dream. She loves you all. And she has given and sacrificed so much. She's a perfectionist. Did I tell you to breathe? A lot of times I thought she was hollering at me, you know. And I'm sitting. But it's been truly an honor to be able to fill in at times when Dream wasn't able to fill in. She will call me, Michelle, I need you to accompany us here and there. It was always a challenge, a great challenge, because I don't get a chance to read often. And she has stacks of music. And so, I love you. God bless you. And I'm going to try to get through this number.
Be home. Man, I feel emotional starting to be right now. It's really nice to be home. It really is.
by the way, looks like Humphrey's got a tough life down there, in the Virgin Islands. So, tonight my wife and I had a date night scheduled, and then Charlotte emailed me and said that they were having a celebration. And so we revamped the plans a little bit because I wouldn't have missed this for the world, Anita. So with that, good evening. Back in 2004, about 10 years ago, I was a young, very cocky physical education teacher and basketball coach who came to Richmond Heights. And now I'm an older, still very cocky administrator in the Mayfield schools. But as much as I loved, and I came from East Cleveland, I taught 5 years there, and as much as I loved East Cleveland, I really thought I had hit a career home run when I came to Richmond Heights. That's how it felt. And it did the entire 7 years I was here. Now, I was here 7, 1 as a teacher, 2 or 4 as an assistant principal, and 2 as the building principal. And being the new guy, it's tough when you come into a building. And Anita was one of the first people I formed a relationship with, and the bond was immediate. Anita she was real, and she always kept it real. And I think we all know that in this room. But I have so many fond memories of working with Anita. When I was the assistant principal, I loved having the downstairs office because one of my favorite memories was when you guys were doing Kirk Franklin's Brighter Day. And second period show choir. Every day I would be swimming in office referrals, and they would start singing that song, and I would put everything down. I'd walk into a room and I'd just sit. I'd just sit and smile and listen, and just listen. And as you saw from the video montage, I don't know about you guys, I had chills listening to our kids sing. I can remember driving down to the auto show when our kids were performing there at the Cleveland Auto Show, and I just stood there beaming with pride. That was actually my first year as the building principal, and listening, I liked listening to the sidebar conversations of just passerbys, talking about our kids and little old Richmond Heights. I remember going down to some church down in Cleveland on the east side, and I mean really deep east side, okay, like I was the only one. So, and maybe like 1 or 2 of our kids, like Sarah, and a couple of them might have still been there, but it didn't matter because our kids were just so phenomenal. I mean, that's a very vivid memory in my mind. I remember going to Richmond Mall, and when our kids would do holiday carols, and again, just watching, I knew our kids could sing, that wasn't my concern. I liked to watch the people walk past and stop, and the smiles that you guys would bring to people's faces. And it's not just me. Anita has known my wife for as long as we've been around, and my kids, they have fond memories. They're now 14, 12, and 10. And my daughter is, I have a high school freshman daughter. Let me say it again, I have a high school freshman daughter that therapy says if I keep saying it, it's supposed to like sink in. But anytime there was a basketball or volleyball game, I loved it because they didn't care about the game. They just wanted to go, Dad, can we go in Miss Caswell's room? And they would bang on the drums and play the piano and run around the room, and Anita loved it. She just, some teachers wouldn't have it. They wouldn't want kids running around their room, but Anita opened her arms. Another vivid memory. The talent shows. God, where's our alumni? Stand up if you performed in a talent show. These are my kids, man. Look at these guys. This is what I miss. But the talent shows, okay, I'll keep it real. They were pretty raunchy in the beginning. And then I think this was when Betty was principal, we kind of put it in Anita's hands, and you can imagine we classed the joint up real fast when Anita got her hands on the talent show. But I just remember always sitting right here, and so much fun that everyone had. Orlando, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Nashville. First place trophies, first place trophies, first place trophies, first place trophies. And no matter where Anita took our kids, they always, and I mean always, represented themselves, their families, and our school and community with the ultimate class. Now that is what she instilled at all times. Now, I will say this. Anita's crazy, okay? She's real crazy, okay? So, I'm gonna throw her under the bus a little bit here. I gotta have a little fun. When I was assistant principal, I dealt with all the discipline grades 7 through 12, or 6 through 12, sometimes 7 through 12, some years. And there was always a certain time of the year where Anita's referrals would pretty much just triple and quadruple and oh, please, please. But there was always a certain time of the year, and it usually coincided with, as you've heard already, she wore about 15 hats here, and it coincided with when she was getting kids ready for the play, getting them ready for whatever trip we had, and senior class advisor, so she had prom and those kinds of things. And so around that time, and God bless her, she wouldn't write a referral all year. And then come around around March or April, I go to my mailbox, and there'd be 6 or 7 in the box from her, and always these books. She would write books to me with that flowing cursive. And so I bring a kid in, and I go, what's the deal here? He would go, Mr. Bishop, I swear, all I did was turn around and ask for a piece of paper, and she started screaming at me. That woman is crazy. And in my mind, I would agree. And I would give the kid usually what I call an STT, a stern talking to, and I would tell them to go apologize, and they go, apologize for what? I didn't do anything. I said, just go apologize, man. What's wrong with you? So I would write up a referral, advised of student code of conduct, conference with student placed in a file. I put it back in Nina's mailbox, and shortly thereafter, she'd come storming into my office. Mr. Mitchell, you gotta suspend this kid. And I go, Anita, you're crazy. You gotta get out, seriously. So, I'm gonna go one more. She's the only woman I know, educator, who can teach and quiet 80 middle school kids at one time. Am I right or wrong? Now, you have to understand the history behind that. When we had rotationals, we call them, during middle school lunch, basically kids had their choice. They could go to art, computer, or music. And so we split them all. Well, based on some scheduling issues, when I became the principal, we got away from that, and there was no longer art or computer choices, so it was just music. Now, I'd be damned if I was going to have 80 kids, middle school kids, in the cafeteria for 45 minutes. That's just a recipe for disaster. So I brought Anita in, I said, hey, we're going to do it boys and girls, we'll separate them. Girls eat first, boys will come down. She said, Mr. Bishop, I cannot have 80 kids. And I said, Anita, please do this for me. And she would look at me and she'd go, okay, Mr. Bishop. Now, I couldn't believe you bought it, honestly, but it was unbelievable. Right, between me and Miss Mateen, and man, we had a heck of a team. I see George Smith and Daniel back there. We had a fun team here, but I'll start finishing here. Anita is she's a dear friend, and I'm happy she's taking her talents to South Beach. I don't know if she's going to South Beach, but when I was writing stuff, it sounded really cool. It's probably corny, but whatever. Now, she's always been kind of a motherly figure for me and so many of your sons and daughters and our students. She was definitely there for me when my mom passed, and 18 months later when my dad passed. And she's always been there. Some people don't know that, I don't know, sometimes in Richmond Heights we've had a little controversy. And there's been one constant throughout every issue that Richmond Heights has endured, and that's been Anita. And she's given so much to you guys, but I want to stress tonight's about her. As much as I'm always saying it's about kids, tonight is about her. I've always referred, when I spoke publicly about our choir, as the diamond of the district. And I mean that. Because when you look around, you look at all these faces, all here for one person. And music brings us together. I'm going to close with this quite simply. Anita Caswell she's a moral fabric of this community. And one of the greatest educators I've ever been around in my 16 years. I'm a better person, an educator because of her, and I'm going to definitely miss you. God bless you. I love you, Castleberry. You are my girl, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Carter was our dancer.
I began to read the content of the hymn, and it spoke volumes to me. And I just want to dedicate this to Anita tonight. That's how I want the Lord to find me, doing my best, standing the test, whatever He assigns for me to do. I want to do it to the best of my ability to do it. That's how I want the Lord to find me. Doing the deed, sowing the seed, leaving life's follies behind me, faithful each day, quick to obey. That's how I want the Lord to find me. I want to be giving my all. I want to be heeding His call, letting no selfishness blind me. I want to be holding His hand firmly to stand. And that's how I want the Lord to find me. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to stand up here with such a long list of people who have had the awesome privilege of being with Ms. Caswell for several years. I only had the privilege of 1 whole year and a couple of months. And I will say there's nothing that I can say that will speak volumes as what you've already heard. But I will say this, and I'm sure both my sentiments and Mr. Bishop's will be quite similar, because when you come into a place where you don't know anybody, that you have to rub shoulders with, it's always good when you've got somebody that has a welcoming spirit. And when I came in, she came to me immediately and said, "I've got your back." Now, I've heard people say that before. And when people say that, sometimes they do have your back, depending on what object they want to poke in. But she never did that. She stood behind me the whole time. Anytime there was something I thought I could have forgotten about, Ms. Caswell would come and say, "Hey, Ms. Tidwell, did you?" And I said, "Oh man, I forgot." And she said, "That's okay, I took care of it already." But I'm grateful because there's so much that we have to do in the office of the principal, and it's always good to have somebody that can pick up those missing pieces. And I want to tell you publicly, how much I am going, they can't, because they got to see me on Monday, so how much I'm going to miss you, and how much I really appreciate every single thing that you've done, and I wish you well. I didn't want to fight her, but I also got the phone call like Mr. Jordan did, and I appreciate the fact that she cares so much about you all, cares so much about the community, that she wanted to be an active part to help us to keep the beat moving and to continue to look and search out for somebody who she was willing to leave her babies with. And she cared that much. So I'm grateful to you for that as well. And then I'll just leave you with this. I think every school needs a school mom. School mom is that one that when I can't professionally say it or do it, you send them to the school mom, and school mom gets them all the way together. So I thank you for that support as well. I wish you well as you go off. I know I'll see you again. I heard Nate say that you're taking your talents to South Beach, but he actually came back. So we'll be looking for you when you come back. Thank you. Real fast. If y'all planning a joke on me, y'all need to stop with Miss Caswell, because Mr. Smith pulled that on me last year, and now Miss Caswell, y'all need to stop that. I'm not laughing. Y'all need to stop that. But I wish you all well. Thank you.
You just might want to come and be our minister of music at Christian Assembly. But no, she was so committed, so faithful. And to say I was shocked would be an understatement. And I heard your plans, but the way God was leading you, it's dangerous when you go like to a minister. Heard the minister started out saying, I have so much to say, I don't know where to start. Little fellow shouted out from the audience, he said, would you please begin at the end? Well, I'm going to accommodate you this afternoon. I know you've been waiting a long time, but I do have a couple of things I'd like to share. All of us have had those occasions where we've used the expression or we have used the experience, a God-sent moment, a special moment, a divine moment. Well, in John, the 1st chapter, the 6th verse, and I'll take a little license here, it says there was a man sent from God whose name was John. Well, there was a woman sent from God whose name was Anita Caswell. Sent from God. For this community, and me personally, she inspired me tremendously. Every time I would see her, I would, you know, if the clapping of our hands affects the molecules of this planet, what can we say for a life like Miss Caswell? It's amazing. A divine moment. She's blessed multiple thousands of people. Very deeply committed to the community. I told her, I said, you put Richmond Heights on the map for us. Honestly. I talked about you. She's been in that church on 3 different occasions. I'm telling you. She got everybody jumping, dancing, shouting. I mean, the choir is just something phenomenal. We're going to miss you tremendously. You blessed multiple thousands. You've been faithful to God. First of all, your commitment to Him has been firm and strong. You've been faithful to me as a pastor, as a retired pastor. You've been faithful to the community and to the school, to the system, to the students. You love them, all of it. So much more could be said. God bless you, Christian. Your enthusiasm is contagious. We're going to miss you tremendously. Just want to tell you, the road that takes you down there can bring you back. But come on, okay, we'll be praying for you and wish you well. You blessed me and our congregation, community, beyond nation. Words fail us. Thank you.
Pastor Shaw, where are you?
Good evening, everyone. have a few words. I want to share a different perspective about Ms. Caldwell because I come all the way over from Berea, Ohio. Yes, there are black people in Berea. To simply say, and I came all the way from Toledo, Ohio. I was actually had plans to be out of town through the weekend, but when I heard about this, I had to get back for this. I just want to share this different perspective with you. Not only has Ms. Caswell been a blessing to this community, she's been a blessing to the greater Cleveland community. She has brought her choir on numerous occasions out to Berea, not only to Mount Zion Baptist Church where Pastor Stallworth is the pastor. They have participated for our Martin Luther King celebrations. She has also come out for some of the appreciation services they've had for me. And the one thing I've noticed about Miss Caswell, whatever she does well. Even her name, Caswell. Whatever she does well. So whether it's bringing students out to sing and to perform, whether it's bringing choirs out, even the bell choir she brought out one time, and they were just ring-a-ling-a-linging and having a wonderful time. Everything she does well. So when I think about her taking her talents to South Beach, and she called me about that as well, one of the greatest honors I could think of her to bestow upon me was to ask me to be a reference. And it wasn't easy, it wasn't difficult to speak well of her, that word again, well, because of all the wonderful things that she's done in this community. And I didn't have to ask the Lord to forgive me for all the lies I told about her, because it was all good and it was all truth. And so I simply say that as you get ready to take your leave of this place, the word farewell means to many people goodbye. But I like to look at it this way, fair in terms of you have done well, a good job. So as you go and take your farewell, I bid you to do farewell where you go, and even the name itself implies that it will be excellent. So God bless you, we love you, and wish only the best for you.
Good evening. I am so pleased to be able to stand before you today to pay tribute to Miss Anita Caswell. If you haven't had the opportunity to read her bio, that's the reason why this room is full today. You are so awesome, and I love you so much. Ms. Caswell told me 3 weeks ago that she was officially leaving. And in 3 weeks, I sent emails, I called people, I told students, put it on Twitter, put it on social media, and this is the end result. You showed up to show your support, and for that I thank you. Mr. Owens, Mr. Miller, Dave Roach, Donald Toole, Ms. Lowe, I know I'm going to forget somebody, so charge it to me. Ms. Lewis, what would I do about you? Over the past 5 years, I've had the pleasure of traveling to several competitions with Ms. Caswell and these lovely ladies that are standing with me today. We wanted to present you with a gift. The gift that we chose was a globe, and it said, in part, you have made a world of a difference in the lives of the students at Richmond Heights. You will truly be missed. You have been such a great inspiration to those students. There are alumni that came from all over just to be here with you today. There are parents, there are community members, there are local churches, there are alumni parents. This room is full, and I am so pleased that you all came out to support Ms. Caswell. I thank you all for coming.
I thank these ladies for supporting me for the past 5 years, and I thank you all for paying tribute to Miss Caswell.
Okay, so now I found out she got to say something, so I'll come next and I'll be brief. One of my first memories of Miss Caswell was when my daughter was in a play. And in there we talked about who's going to do food and who's going to do whatever. My daughter was in the 7th grade, and I thought, I don't really know anything about this lady, but she seems to be bossy, so I'll jump out and do something. So I enjoyed the opportunity to work with Ms. Caswell ever since then. As a booster, I actually chaired all of the scholarship programs for the last 4 years. And during that session, one of my favorite questions has always been, who inspired you the most here at Richmond Heights? Or who was your favorite teacher? Or who are you going to remember? And I tell you, out of each session, I say 60% of the students always mention Caswell. It was always for something different. It could be as small as I could always talk to her. She yelled at us, but she loved us. Honestly, that said volumes to me. I tried to share it with some of the other parents just so they'd understand. I knew Miss Caswell was special, and she called me a couple times about Lauren acting up as well, but that just showed her love went so deep that it didn't matter if you did good or bad things. I want to speak to your parents and make sure you have things together, but Lauren loves you dearly. We didn't even want to tell her. When Bobby told me that she was leaving, I was depressed all night, like I told you. But I recognize that life has to go on. You have a family, and you'll have a family here forever and always. Love you dearly, Ms. Caswell.
I didn't know I had to prepare a speech. At least I don't have to move the mic down. Caswell has taught 3 of my children. One of which is here. The other couldn't get here, but she tried. She's in the other side of Pennsylvania. My memories go back to Miss Caswell yelling. That seems to be a fond memory. She doesn't yell, she just explains loudly. Is that better? And my kids would come home and, Mom, she's always yelling at us, she's always yelling. And a couple of times I would volunteer to come up and help with a play or do whatever is necessary. And I would hear her yelling, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on with this lady? She's going to have an aneurysm or something. And she just pulled me aside one day and she says, if I yell, they'll act right. So I understand how much she yells. And also, we've traveled with her a number of times, and she yells at us too. We just kind of say, okay, she yells all the time just to get her point across. But we're going to miss you. Say this her love. And it's bittersweet, but we also figured, the 5 of us, we figured we had somewhere to come visit now. And we got tickets. Don't worry, we'll be there. You still owe us dinner from the last trip. Okay, so we will be there. And again, we send our love. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
With you all these years, you are a butterfly, you are amazing, and it's okay for you to fly. Spread your wings and enjoy yourself, because you will be dearly missed.
Yeah, they would give me the end, right? With 1 minute. Me, anybody else know me to speak in 1 minute? I don't think so. All right, so Miss Caswell, Sister Caswell, it has been such a blessing for me to have interacted in any of your presence. I'm trying to do this without ruining my reputation of being strong. I still see y'all, I still get you.
Caswell has been more than just a friend to me and my family. Miss Caswell, y'all see her in different areas of your lives. Some of you guys see her in school. Some of you guys see her at church. Caswell is part of everything in my life. My children relate to her the same way they relate to me. She is my friend. She is my loved one. Caswell is that sister that is here in Ohio when I don't have anybody else other than these ladies behind me. I don't have to need or want for anything when it comes to Cass. She's there for me when I'm down. She's there when I'm up. She's there when I'm confused. And yes, kids, I do get confused. I know that's unbelievable. But she is, for the most, everything in my family's life. My husband, both of my, all three of my kids, other kids that I've taken under my wing, she's done the same thing. When I came in 06, we knew each other prior because of church. But when I came here and started working through the schools, Cass said, you and I are going to do some things in your school. We're going to turn it around. And that's pretty much what we did, along with the help of Bishop and Ms. Patine and everybody. We all kind of came together and worked it out. But I do want to say, you're going to do miraculous. The same thing that you did here, guess what? God's got a higher calling for you. And sometimes you just have to work the journey the way that He has it already laid out. It's not for us to figure out people. It's for us to just put one foot in front of the other. And no matter what, He's already got it figured out. So I believe, personally, everyone in this room has been blessed with her presence. But guess what? Everything that you go on with life and that presence that you have actually gotten a chance to mix in with her, yeah, I done took it off. It's over. It's going to bless you, others that you come in interaction with. Florida will be interacting with everything that she brings forth. So all of you kids that are here that has been blessed with her presence, all of you parents that have been blessed with her presence, all of the city, all of the Richmond Heights, all of the churches, all of the singers, all of the musicians, videographers, everybody remember that she came across your path because God said to her. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a choice on her part or on your part. So I thank you for everything that you've done in my life. I thank you for what you've done in my child's life. I love you, and I bid you adieu.
Let's stand and give Mrs. Anita Caswell a deserving hand. if you get a chance to see her, thank her personally. I want to thank all of you for coming. I want to thank all of you for sharing in this opportunity this evening. I want to thank the school board, Richmond Heights High, all of the staff that have helped to make it possible. Let's give them a hand as well.
Every student that has ever been inquired, please come forward. Every student. And there are a lot of you here. Please take a seat, we're going to sing. Thank you so much. While they are coming, I'm going to, while they are coming, wow. Oh my goodness, I see people I haven't seen in years. I mean, a lot of years. What a great picture. Give that a round of applause. I want to say publicly, I'm not going to do a lot of talking, but I want to acknowledge Mr. Hoslar, the O'Tools, my senior citizens who have been here whenever I called on you. Thank you so much. Pastor Marino, you know you're my heart. I just want to thank everyone for everything. Miss Ashford, you got some shoes to fill, sweetheart. But I'm just a phone call away. I'm just a phone call away. Thank you to my pastor, to my church. Mom, please kiss Ashley for me when you see her and tell her I love her. Thank you, Carlton. Thank you, JT. Thank you, first grade. We'll talk tomorrow. Thank you, Ms. Robeson, Ms. Johnson, Ms. Mateen, your mom. Thank you so much for everything. We're going to have a treat. Our principal plays the piano. So we're going to do a little bit of everybody clap your hands. He's never played for me before, but he's going to play today. I want you all to know that there are a plethora of musicians in this town, and I have had the privilege of working with the most professional people. I want to say, stop talking behind me. I want to say thank you to Mrs. Camp, Felicia, Ms. Lewis, and very especially to Mr. Jerry Thomas for all the love that they have put into this program. Thank you. Mr. Ivy, come forward. No variety show would have been the same without Mr. Green Ivy. No choir performance would have not been the same without Mr. Green Ivy. Now, he makes me mad, I can tell you all that. But he makes it up. This is one of the grandest musicians, not in just Ohio, but in the entire United States. Please give him a round of applause. And when I say that, he's played with some people that you would not believe. I'm not going to even start naming the names, but he plays for Kurt Whalen. He plays for Kurt Whalen. When Kurt comes to town, Green is playing. And those of you who love jazz, you know exactly who I'm talking about. So I want to say thank you. Hi, Dano. Hi, Mr. Smith. Love to all. Thank you, and thank you. Let's sing, kids. Let's sing.
Oh,
Oh.